enters this system. And I'm still learning about how it all works together to do what it needs to do. But it's fun.
Yeah. Figure out how all those parts work.
Yeah. And luckily this book has a little bit of some theory, but Dad
He's your best resource, right?
Yeah.
I talked at length about carburetor theory. Let me see if I have another book that might give you some more. Is there disassembly instructions in there? Like on the next pages? Because that's the first page of the carburetor, the second more element. See if I got a book.
Yeah, removing fitting.
It's nice to have these pads in here for your standing.
Yeah, it is nice.
Super.
Hunter helped move this cabinet down here, and it's been really great. I've been putting my fridge parts in here, so I have. That's wanting some parts.
There's your own little drawers and everything, huh? Wow. Super nice. Wow.
And then I've got all most of the bolts and stuff all
Oh, goodness.
organized.
Yeah. How do you know which ones go where?
Pictures. I'm relying very much on pictures. I didn't take as much as I should have at the beginning, so I'm learning to take more than I think is necessary now, because more is better.
Yeah.
Get the full pictures.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's fun.
Where was this before?
This was in Oscar's bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the hall.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
And then we moved the second one into our laundry room for now, because now we're living downstairs.
Yeah.
So that's
your kitchen.
our kitchen.
Yeah.
So.
Your floors look nice upstairs. I haven't seen it finished, but
Oh,
some
yeah.
are finished. They look nice. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Are they doing the stairway too?
Not the well, they aren't going doing the stairs.
Okay.
It's really just one guy. He just did the whole upper floor, the one between,
And down in the bedrooms and everything.
like in the closets. It's real nice. And we got new wood put in front of that sink, the sink to the right, and in front of the fridge and freezer and ovens. And then also in the in-hall closet. So, because that wood's been gross for a while, so now that's all been nice.
That is great.
Yeah. And it's very, very satisfying to see it all.
Right?
Get freshened up.
Yes. Yeah, I bet it just looks totally different. Yeah.
Mhm.
I should have got to look at some paint color for your mom. Ask me about.
Paint color.
Yeah, she mentioned, I wonder if she's decided to do it or not, about painting
Yeah.
upstairs while everything was out.
Well, they got a quote, I think. They had someone come look at painting and look at all the walls and just see how much it would be.
Yeah.
And they decided on a color, so I
Oh, they
assume
did.
that they are
Oh, good.
moving forward with
Okay, so
something.
she did decide on a color, because she was asking me about a color that I had painted in my office. And
Oh, okay.
she was asking, do you think it should be too dark in our house?
Well, I know they're going with like a lighter, sandier kind of. I don't know if she said taupe. It's whatever they had in their bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
there hasn't been a consistent wall color throughout the house for a while. But I think
What a
that's
great
what
time to do it though, when everything's out.
that's what my
So
mom's
much
biggest thought
Right?
that
Yeah.
we could do now.
Yeah. So way easier. And have someone come in and do it, because they can do it in such a short time.
Exactly.
Right? It's probably
Yeah.
taking a day or two to do the whole thing.
So it's fun to
Yeah.
see see all the changes happening.
Yeah. Just in time for them to think about selling, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine moving everything from here.
Oh, I know. It's gonna need a brigade of people doing this work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But it'll happen.
Well, silly me. Bud Budworth gave me a book on SU carburetors for MGs. And then he got packed with all our stuff.
Oh,
So it'll be back here late next week.
okay. Well,
But you can just disassemble them. It's not, you're not going to screw anything up as long as you're careful. Now that you
I'd
got
like
that,
to unscrew things.
there you go. As long as you got that jet out of there, I wonder if this is easier to turn. It is not. Well, anyway, you're going to tighten that down until it stops. Don't lose this stuff either. You just need to be just like put away.
Hang out in it.
No, they're going to fall out. Yeah, tighten this in until it stops, and then write down that number for the
Right?
right carburetor. Yeah.
It says 2. Okay.
Okay.
Is that right carburetor looking at the car?
Correct.
Like,
Yeah, it's the
driver's
aft
side.
carburetor.
What is that?
What is aft? Closer to the firewall.
Okay.
Yep.
One app.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes. All right. And we need to chat about Phoenix or
Yeah.
Prescott or something
Yep.
too.
Okay.
So do that one.
Hi. Okay, so I did talking with Dad, and I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the decision that I'm gonna go. We've looked at 2 main projects for the car, and we looked at other projects that we can do before I go, and because we're getting the engine block and all that stuff to the auto shop so late in the project, there's going to be like this time when we can't really do stuff because we'll need the engine stuff done. And if I can get a certain amount of things done regarding the front and rear suspension before Saturday when I leave, I'd be more comfortable leaving. And we looked at the fuel tank, and it looks like, from what Dad says, we need a new fuel tank. So I had a phone call with the British Parts Northwest, and they said I can get a new fuel tank and all the things I need, and I can order it now. Or he said, but we're having a sale. We should be having a sale on 4th of July, or like 4th of July, and you can get it on Saturday, or buy it on Saturday, and he said it might be less. So I might wait to purchase anything until then. But that would take 12 hours off the project to have a new fuel tank system. And then other hours that I'm taking off, according to Dad, is any work for the dog leg panel where the rust is, because he says that's going to be too much to do with where we are now. So that takes 37 hours off. And that brings us closer to the line. But I also have a lot of work that I don't want to get done before Saturday so that I feel comfortable leaving. And I think I can do it if I don't, if I have this focus to get it done so that I can go, and if I don't play video games. So I think it should be good, and I think the best option is probably to buy one of the flights with miles and then we split the other one in money. If that works. If that's amenable.
I might be.
I'd like to make it happen. Every time we have someone come over and like talk to us about the project, it makes me want to work harder. And we just had Marla here, and you know she's great to talk to. It was funny because I called British Parks Northwest when she was here, and I had a whole long conversation with the guy, and I just did my normal talking thing, and I got off the phone. She said, "Wow, you're so good at talking on the phone." It was nice.
Little does she know how hard it is for you.
Well,
good job, babe.
thanks.
So I didn't hear the thing that you did not sound like.
The only thing is, I would stay with you guys at the hotel one night,
That's fine.
I think. And I need a drive to the airport in the early morning on Saturday. From where we are, which would that be in Bellevue?
Yeah. Meeting not found. Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway, I just wanted to call you and say that stuff. As I say, I appreciate you trying to find a way for me to have a nice time away, and I think it would help me do or be more productive on the project if I get time away where I actually can't work on it. The other thing I was talking to Dad about is if I stay and leave on Tuesday, which is the 5th, there will be most of the day where Brandon will be at work. So I'll have that time to do my schoolwork on that day. For next week's module. So it's another aspect to going. That would be good. The flight away on the 5th, however, is at like 10 p.m. and the pickup would be at like 1 a.m.
Gross. But,
I know Joey would be here and he could do it, but I don't want to assume that he'd want to come pick me up early in the morning. Or he'd probably just stay up.
but we could, we can do an Uber, or you can get a taxi.
That's true.
So, I mean, we have options.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't have to do anything about it now, but I would like, if we're gonna work it out so that I go, I'd like to figure out tickets today.
Do it.
So I just wanted to debrief you on where we were regarding that topic.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake today. Okay. I made a mistake. I was supposed to have a meeting with the partner in my class, and I thought it was today. So I made the appointment for today. And then he was really surprised. He said, wait, I I thought it was next week, and I looked at my assignment, and it said it was today, and the assignment's due on Sunday, so I was thinking, what the heck? And I read the assignment wrong. I'm supposed to do the assignment twice, once with a colleague or someone that is in my household.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time I do it, I'm supposed to do it with my assigned classmate partner. But when I read the assignment, it said do it with a colleague. And I thought, oh, that's my classmate partner, so I just made the appointment. But there's actually 2 times I have to do it. So
Oh, I see.
anyway, maybe you can do it with me.
Sure. Depends on what it is.
It is something that will help you. It's seeing your dreams, coaching with compassion. And I have to ask a bunch of questions, and then you get to think about what you want to do. And I tell you about what intentional change theory is. I tell you about positive and negative emotional attractors. I talk about tipping points. And then you learn something a little bit, and then you also get to think about what you want to do in your future life.
Okay.
You'll love it.
Cool.
It's something that will help you in your life. So I don't think it'll waste your time. It won't be hard because we do stuff like this all the time, except this is more formal. And I have to write an essay about it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, cool.
So I just put your name on it.
Okay. Well, I'd love to help with that when you get back.
Okay,
I am gonna go and
and if you
finish.
can't do it, that's okay.
Okay.
But now I feel kind of stressed because I thought I'd have it done by 5 o'clock today, and now
Well, it's just Wednesday,
started it.
right? Is it due today, or is it everything due on Sunday?
No, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can help with that later.
It shouldn't take more than half an hour.
I think. Well, anyway, I'm gonna
And
go.
I know you, so I can just make some of it up.
That's true. Yeah. You'd be like, oh, I can ask you this question, but I know the answer, so let's move on to this question.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna finish taking apart this carburetor.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, I'm gonna leave here shortly.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too. Whoa, it's almost 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Come sail away, come sail away, sail away. What are we doing? We are. Wait a second. Did you take that? No. What is that? Is that this? Oh. It's that. Okay. Anyway. We are cranking this down. I've already done 6 turns. So. 7. 8. Yep. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, Be careful. Don't do that. Okay, cannot get it to 20. So we'll say like 19 and a half. It's at night. It's just above 19. Just above. Terrible camera. Just above 19 side turns for right side. So that's three full revolutions plus extra plus less than 1/6. Great. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, sail away with me.
Sit for a minute, let all the oil drain out of that. Yeah, so jittery, grotty. Now I'm going to remove the needle. And
You're removing the needle now?
there's a locking screw in there.
I'm gonna wait.
Locks the needle going in place. I've been running off centre then, but so in a minute we're going to release the jet assembly. So there's a big spring in there, which I don't know if you can see it, but it sits on a retaining lug, so we need to ping that spring away from the. There is a little Phillips head screw which retains the operating bracket to the jet. So we'll remove that. So it seems a little space is riveted in there. We can then very carefully undo that gland nut. There should be a lowering seal in there, so we'll see how that's fared over the years. It's just a nylon pipe that connects the float chamber. Like with the O-ring stuck in there, that's all sort of swollen up. But yeah, immediately I can see loads of dirt in there. Wouldn't have been doing any good.
It just
Anyway, the jet
popped
assembly
out.
pulls out.
Wow.
separate the float chamber from the main body of the carburetor. So it's just the bolt that passes through there.
So I'm removing. Oh, is this better? Oh, that the bolt on top of the float chamber. Oh, that's pretty easy. Did I already do this? Or is it just wood?
So we can now look.
Sure. Not too bad.
Removing the linkages, you can already see really how simple the issue is, how quickly we're getting this apart. Really not much to. I'm going to remove the choke assembly, or choke operating assembly. So you shouldn't call it a choke really, it's slow running control not an issue. It's not quite the same as other carburetors. You see the whole linkage comes away. Leaves you with a butterfly spring.
Okay, so I'm removing this bolt, and that is what? Hang on. With that guy? Choose springs in this system? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I think so. Would that be? No, wait, it's this side? Oh my gosh. Okay. This way. This guy. So. Oh! Okay. It is the pivot bolt? Yeah, oh look at that piece. That's that piece. Okay, pivot bolt. That's odd. Oh, I'm just talking. Oh. Okay. Alright. Okay, we want to take a picture of this assembly so I don't lose it. I wonder if it would be beneficial to take a video of this assembly. I know it's on camera, but okay, so I just took this off of it wasn't that, was it? No, it was right here. Right here. This metal that curves around, you know what I'm talking about, underneath. So this metal, the end of this metal spring, the big one, curved around this little guy here, that little bolt, not bolt, nubbin button thing. And we're gonna see it apart. So that's that. Does it need to unscrew here? It may. Okay, hold on. I wonder if I need to take that apart. Well, I'm not finding a reason why I might need to take this apart, maybe just for cleaning, or I can't do lubrication from here, but that came out of this hole. This washer was on it. And this thread engages here. So, very squeaky chair.
So for the throttle assembly there is now a little lock tab to be undone carefully. Just ready for my records. So throttle closed. Exact position, but throttle open, throttle closed. Might help someone.
Oh, this lock tab looks like got little. That is not good. Well, it's got little teeth on it. Okay. Well. Dude. Might not be the best tool. Oh. But it works. didn't just do that. No way. No, we're good. Well. Oh my gosh. I think it was like this. Must have been. Oh, absolutely. Okay. That's funky looking.
I believe there are new lock tabs in the Hawkins, so we don't need to worry too much about that. The slow running adjustment screw. No, this is the idle adjustment screw actually. Bears on the cam of the slow running control.
I'm not going to.
So anyway, it's quite interesting. You'd expect to find more wear at the linkage side, really, wouldn't you? But it's actually very warm on the other side. There you go. And we can take the idle control screw out.
I'm not going to put that because that's tuned. And what I can do is measure the distance with a caliper and then just turn it to that. And
On this one, as I think I said, the butterfly is loose, so these screws have not been over or the ends displayed as they should be, so the screws should come straight out. I have in the past had to file off the ends of butterfly screws where they've been really well beaten over just to avoid damaging anything. In this case we're going to replace the spindle so it doesn't matter too much.
Ugh, smells bad.
The butterfly will come out at the fully open throttle position. Which, so you can see that well, let's get it in the light. Hopefully you can see that the throttle spindle is extremely badly worn. It's about a 10-15 thou reach there. It's pretty bad. Something you see on some of the MG forums is people asking about loose float chambers. They shouldn't really be loose, but these are designed to be tilted because their shoes can be installed in various different angles according to
What did you just
what
take
vehicle
off?
they're fitted to. So you can adjust the float chamber to suit. Anyway, they've usually got a nylon or rubber sort of grommet in there, rubber in this case, and then behind that we have got a little washer.
Do I have that? Wait, what? taking those off. Okay. So I'm using this Snap-on flathead, and it fits okay. There's a little bit of play inside the bolt, the screw head, bolt head. I honestly don't really know the difference. Our bolts, they have only one diameter going down, and I mean, a bolt can have a pointed end, and a screw can have a. Can a screw have a flat end? Maybe. So that is. That's tough sauce. Is this too big? Oh. Cool piece of. Alright. Shit. I really don't want to mess these up. Maybe I'll go to the 6.5 size. That is. Oh. Okay. This was on there, but I took a picture. I have how it was framed. I think. Alright. Cool. This one, of course. That. Now, I think he just took it out after that. He did. What? There's stuff in here. Let's use this sauce. I don't really know how to get it off. Oh. That needs to get pushed out. So, open it up. We have. The lighting's really better over here. This guy, which fits in here, it's a floating system. Wait a second. Did I put that in right? shoot. Well, I have pictures of orientation. Was it? Oh. Yeah, I think it was like. Oh, definitely not like that. Was it like this? I don't know. I have pictures. Great. Well, that's off. Cool. This is the right side float assembly. That stops right there. That's cool. That's cool. Is that? Oh, it pushes a button. Wow. Neat. Okay.
And we've got a nice dirty float chamber in this case.
Dirty?
Loads
Mine's
of
not dirty. It's beautiful.
You get various different types of floats on SUs. The later ones have nylon floats that are not adjustable. I know that the needle of air will be sprung. We'll need to check the float height later on, and there is a special way of doing that, a gauge for that, which I'll show you. So the next thing is to drive out that pin to get the float chamber apart. Yeah, so that's just unbelievable actually. That's the remains of a previous seal washer that came out, and then the washer that goes on top of it.
What?
Now I noticed when I took this off, but there should be a washer that sits in there above the seal and compresses it. I'll show you one of the new ones. You'll see there's the gland nut, there's the washer, and there's the seal. So there were actually, well, there was no washer on the gland nut against the roller seal, and then down in there underneath that, with that all shoved in on top, was another old
I
seal.
think I have a watch
Which
in
someone
there.
had not got out. That's really bad.
I think that's okay.
I had all these fuel leaks. I thought before I actually take this float chamber lid apart, I'd just check the float height and see, do a comparison. So I'll do the same thing when I take apart the rear carburetor. Anyway, what you need is a length of 1/8 inch rod, so I've got a piece of silver steel in this case, and I'll hold it so that you can see it. There we are. And there's this cranked arm, and you should check the height against the crank where it goes into the float itself. And all you do is hold the float chamber lid like that. You get your 1/8 inch rod and you pass it underneath, and it should just make contact with the float. In this case, it's lifting it, so the float height is actually
This
a
looks
little bit
different than
high.
mine.
So something to adjust later on.
Oh, it is different.
Anyway, to get this apart, just need to drift out that pin.
Cool.
Just be careful with that because it's
Careful with that. Alright. This time we're looking blue. Right. Well, it looks like this goes this way, and this goes this way. So, that's just pointed. Might be a bit of a wiggly picture.
If serration at either end, then it will only go out one way.
Oh, you're doing it. I'm gonna wait.
Next thing to remove is the needle valve itself. And this is the item that left me stranded in the side of the
You
road.
do leave it alone.
Just after I first had the car, it actually unscrewed itself. Someone hadn't tightened it enough.
Oh, I didn't even figure that out.
And these are a special size, something like 8.58mm, something silly like that, which doesn't really conform to any standard size, as far as I can see anyway. But I found that magneto spanners, the largest one is usually just about the right size. One day I might make a proper spanner for these. Some have a washer underneath if I can get it to unscrew. You might find a little aluminium washer under there. This one don't think does, and I know the other one doesn't. There we are, so no washer in that one, but plenty of muck in there. These little things actually have a Viton tip, so you need to check the condition of that. So that's pretty much it really. It's just going to be a case now of giving everything a really thorough clean. And once it's all clean,
So you took that thing off.
The machining operations to be done on the
I'm gonna
carburetor
wait.
body.
Well, I can measure it and that'll be fine.
Hopefully in a bit of
Can I just
detail.
take this off?
It's not rocket science at all. Just requires a little bit of precision and setting up. This is what I use for cleaning stuff like this as a water rinsable
What is
degreaser.
that?
But it's
Well, I
actually
think that-
really effective. I found particularly on fuel scum, where you get hardened old petrol that's gone like varnish, it just lifts it right off and it leaves the parts nice and bright as well. Obviously with a bit of elbow grease, but we'll leave these to soak over tea time and come back later.
Over tea time.
Well, it's been a rather frustrating day. Making it all worse, I know I should have been at a steam rally with all my friends down at Abbey Hill in Yeovil, which I was so looking forward to, but a small problem really. Anyway, this carburetor, it seems, isn't going to buck the trend. I went to great efforts last night to get all the carburetor bits cleaned up so I could do this repair tonight. And as you can see, someone has already bushed the spindles on this one. So it seems both carburetors have had that repair done many years ago, it looks like. It's actually quite a nice job, but it is worn out. You can see the wear on these spindles, they're really bad. It's been a while since I've seen any that bad. So, as new, the bushes are reamed 5/16, so 312.5 thou. The new spindles actually measure 310 thou, so they've got a 2 thou clearance as standard, which is the ideal. They'll work really nicely with that, and you should be able to get a sensible adjustment on your mixture. Now, the maximum wall measurement that I've got from my spindle bushes here is 317, so if you consider that new 2 thou running clearance, they're fairly well up. They're going to be leaking quite bad. And then by the time you factor in the worn spindle, that's really bad. So it's no wonder I couldn't get any adjustment out of it. Now the difficulty is that it appears that the spindles have been bored and bushed over 9.5mm, which is the diameter of the new repair bushes that come in the kit. So it's very likely that I'm going to have to turn my own repair bushes and bore out the spindle even larger, which I think is going to be possible, but if it goes wrong, it's going to write off the carburettor. So that could be expensive. So my three options here, first of all, is to try my 9.4mm machine reamer and then finish by hand to 9.5, just because of the equipment I've got. So basically we're going out to 9.5mm, the size of the new bushes. If that doesn't clean it up, if there's still brass in there, the next sensible size up that I've got is 25/64. Now, given that this was done a long time ago, it's entirely possible, rather. It's an imperial size. So if it cleans up there, that's fine. I can, put a reamer through it and make some bushes that size. The third option, if we still haven't got there by then, is to go up to 11mm. I've got an 11mm machine reamer, which will do a nice job, but it's getting a bit scary by the time you get to that diameter because it'll be very, very thin. But anyway, that's the three options. So nothing more for it really, but to set it up on the mill and get going. Now, finding the centres, of course, is the really important bit, and because of the way these are made, it must be round all the way around the throttle butterfly, so you can't just machine straight through. Because of the way these are made, you've got to bore through from that side, turn it around, and then go from that side. So the alignment's fairly important. Now, I've got a piece of 5/16 ground stock here, silver steel, and I can just press that into the spindle. It will just fit. It's a snug fit. So that will allow me to set this up quite nicely on the mill and be fairly certain that it's accurate. Right, so we're going to see if it'll clean up at 9.5 first. So I've got my silver steel still in there. It's a good enough fit that I can clock off that. And a very basic centre finding setup,
That's cool.
which shows it's bob on all the way around. Obviously a mirror is really quite handy for that, particularly on bigger machines. Anyway, so gently does it, I think. The rest of the carburettor's now in the dishwasher, just getting the
Oh my god. Hello? Hi. Whoa. Doing well, how are you?